This quick part covers truck sections. Sorry for the sudden intro. Just a few, showing a bit of a history of stuff. So I started with the base model of this one. So basically, I visited some places over the last holidays, which were about 2 weeks ago, and I saw some of these old trucks, and they got me quite interested in them. I do love the style trucks had back then. I felt they aligned better with what I expect, or what I think of a truck, and so I started making my own. Where to start? I initially built SAVIEMs. These are a few months old. They're the first ones. This one's an F1 livery. I'll explain why in a minute. And then I went on to Berliet trucks, which I officially decided I would rebrand all my trucks of these similar models into SAVUR, which is kind of my own brand for Stormworks for those truck stuff. So I'll start off with these. The first one actually was this one. Custom built for an F1 Formula 1 group, which I'll post in the description. Just tow truck. It's very big. That's because they had to fit the dimension requirement of the Formula 1 cars, which it does. It does work well. I personally am not a fan of this fact that you have a whole moving bed. That's a lot of pivots, but it does work, and that's what matters, doesn't it? And that's that. Interior, you can see it's an early on interior, not bad. The best feature on this thing is the strobe light. Not great visibility there, I have to say. Next one up, we had, oh by the way, and F1 livery is because I rebranded this one and made modifications for it to be a bit more usable for Formula 1. Next up we have this one, which I actually just removed everything off this one and used the chassis to make my own version. This one's just a kind of bed version. This would be a cloth on top, but I've not gotten that far yet in Stormworks. Interior is a bit revised. Instead of the engine sitting a bit here like it used to, it actually realistically sits between the seats. Bit of a pain, honestly, but it is what it is. Not bad, honestly. I do like it. It's still the same one though, so your visibility is not the greatest. And then on that series we have this one, which was finished yesterday. Well, improved yesterday. Very similar on the inside, except it does have a seat here on the engine. That's it for here. A frontal hook for pulling vehicles out of a corner if they need to. More body-friendly lights on it. And the bed is also a bit more body-friendly. It was made for a smaller class of cars. Sorry, my camera phone. Which require less. And it does work. And I included this unflipping mechanism, which has worked. It's kind of been improved, but it is what it is. And lastly, I want to move on to the last one's want to show, the main one. This one's going to be my base model for everything. It is based on a Berliet, a very successful model in the Sahara desert. And yeah, I'll show you an interior, making it career friendly, so it's under 20k. Pretty fine interior, I'd say, honestly, considering what it is. Safe model 2, good for off-roading. Sorry, I'm kind of advertising. Base model with the bed. For the upcoming oil updates, I'll be modifying it 100%. It is the base model. It was used in the oil industry for France. And my latest one today, not my proudest. You can tell it's a few years older. This is just a base model. I spent just 2 hours on it, so don't expect any miracles from it. yeah, very squished. This one I was going to use for endurance races, and also well, because this one could very well compete in endurance races, but they don't fit the set requirements that we started building. But yeah, this one, because it also has historically it has links to endurance, and yeah, that's just a base chassis. It will have something similar to that on it for extra equipment, extra fuel. That's all I have to say really. Not much. They all have their engine access. Oh, this one's a bit easier to access because you're sitting on the engine, so if you need fix it, you just turn to your right and do stuff. That covers it for tonight. I apologize for my inactivity. Also by the fact this video is very rushed. It doesn't take a genius to see that. It is getting quite rather late, and I just want to go. Regarding inactivity, because I don't remember if I mentioned in the previous video, expect less activity in the upcoming months. I have to prepare for the afterlife, we could say. And summer's really going to be the after summer. My activity is going to fall after summer. Just expect that. I will still try to do stuff. Always. So yeah. So I've just been spending time on small projects. If there's more projects I reckon I could do, well, maybe be interested in me doing. Let me know. Send me a message here. Well, comment on the video. I always check comments. Send me a message on Discord. I'll link 2 servers on Discord. And that's about it. Thank you for watching, guys. And for Europeans, have a nice evening. Americans, have a nice afternoon.